Hey there, welcome to another episode of Cooking with Violet Vixen. This one's a little bit later, but at least I'm here. So this one's called Tropical Fruit Cup. It's a fairly easy one, and here's what we need. This is from a book, and it's apparently a African recipe, which I wouldn't normally do this sort of thing, but I wanted to try some different fruits and do something with fruit, and this is going to be like my supper because it's getting late, but I had to go and lie down with a headache, unfortunately. So I'm at the conclusion where if I don't do this today, it's going to push the rest of the week out. So the only way to cope with these headaches is to go and lie down for a couple of hours and just get myself up and just push on like I did to get through work today. So now that you know what's going on, come on in and I'll explain what we're doing. Okay, so as I mentioned, this is from my book that is quite detailed, and I don't know where these books originated from, but if you look back on a few of the previous episodes that I've done, you will actually see that there are some recipes that I do which have some pretty way out there ingredients. And for me, going through these books, I find it really hard to choose recipes, as opposed to the ones that I've just been collecting from magazines for the past 25 years, I think it's been now, since I actually started cooking. So anyway, pushing on, this one is a refreshing starter. It is called Tropical Fruit Cup. Personally, I wouldn't really have a fruit dish as a starter, but as I say, it's an African dish, so it's probably to just get you going as an entree. I'm going to have it as a dessert. I've just had something out of the freezer, which is great. And so basically what we need is one ripe pawpaw. Now we call it, in Australia, we call it papaya. I can't recall ever having one of these. So there's one fruit similar to this that I don't like. I don't know if it's this, but your taste buds change as you get older, so you never know. So that is a pawpaw, but to us it's a papaya. One banana. I've been using that. I have those for banana smoothies. 100 grams of diced pineapple. Now you can either get a yummy fresh pineapple and dice it up, or you can go for the pineapple chunks in the juice or the syrup. So I've gone with those. They're good. One small mango. It's not really small, but mangoes are so good. One of the good things about Australian summers. For my watchers that are not from Australia, I believe I've got quite a few now that are from different countries. So welcome to Cooking in Australia. 2 pieces of preserved ginger, finely chopped. Now, I don't have ginger. I buy it in a jar. It's called minced ginger. I didn't want to use that. I didn't want to go buy a whole jar of ginger that I'm not going to use. So I just brought fresh ginger. Now, when you use fresh ginger, you do need to peel it. 2 pieces, how big's a piece? Well, that's the age-old saying, how long's a piece of string? So I'm just going to use maybe that much, but I'm going to chop it as fine as I can. I'm not very good at chopping finely. So then I'll shove it in the mortar and pestle and beat it to a pulp. 1 tablespoon of medium sherry. I've got semi-sweet sherry. That's fine. And the juice of 1 lime. We also are going to need, obviously, a juicer, scales for weighing out our pineapple, which I'm just going to put in there, a bowl to put it all in, knives, chopping boards. So, for you that have not used pawpaw, aka papaya, or mango before, I'll show you how to cut them up. I don't know how to cut up that. I know that cutting these up is a delicious mess. Bananas are easy. Alright, so let's get to it. I chose the easiest part first, the diced pineapple. So I'll just, before I put that in there, I'm just going to drain it. So the best way to do that is to grab another one of these cool little bowls. Because we're going to, as we cut everything up, we're just going to chuck it straight in the bowl. And normally in generally any cooking culture or cooking thing, citrus fruit, especially lemon, actually stops things like bananas going brown. So I'm guessing that the lime juice is going to do the same thing. So do your banana last. Alright, so that's just going to drain. Wow, it was hardly worth disturbing it for. Anyway, eat that pineapple later. It is nice. Alright. Curious to see what this papaya / pawpaw looks like. We'll go with this knife because I know this knife's a sharp one. Alright. I haven't got a lot of room here, so I'm just going to pop that one up there for now. Okay. So I actually left the sticker on it just so that I could explain what it is. Don't even know where they're growing, and all I can tell you is that it's a red one. Good to know. I don't know if there's seeds in the middle. Probably should have Googled it. Oh, there is seeds in the middle. Oh, look at that. Ew. Okay, I'm going to have to find out a spoon or... we do have a fancy thing because we used to do... Mama used to have a melon baller for doing rock melon and watermelon, and occasionally she used to do the fruit into like little melon balls, and obviously I don't know where that said thing's gone, and I'm not going to look for it, so I'm just going to do this with a normal spoon, I think. Okay, so I'm going to grab my compost bucket. I'll just do half of it and then I'll come back when I've got it ready. You guys really don't need to see me scooping seeds into a bucket, do you? We definitely don't eat that part. Ooh. All right. So that goes in there. All right. I'll be back when I'm ready to cut it up. So it's sort of like a melon of some description. Okay, so that's what it looks like. Those seeds don't really want to come off, so they sort of remind me of when you try and do passion fruit in a way. I'm just going to cut it up. Very similar to when I do like honeydew or rock melon. And then just cut the skin off like that. All right. If you've got any loose bits, get rid of them as well. Okay, I'm just going to try a little bit. Doesn't really have much of a taste. It's very similar in a way to a honeydew. It's not bad. I would say that it wouldn't be a very popular fruit in Australia, but it would be very refreshing. And I think it will go very lovely with all these other tropical fruits. As you can sort of see. No, get in there. So we just keep dicing it all up and putting it in the bowl. Okay. Alright, I'll be back when I've finished dicing all this up. Okay, so the pawpaw, aka papaya, is all in. I'm going to put the pineapple in now. There we go. Those two can go night-night. As can the rubbish. Now, if you cook regularly, might want to start yourself a little bit of a compost bin. Anything like that is really good because when you put it on your plants are getting better food than what you're buying in a fertilizer and whatever. Your flowers will look amazing. All right, mango time. We'll go with this knife for the mango. I have different knives that I use for different things, but mango is messy. So in the middle of a mango you have a stone. And if you actually go down like this, you'll feel it. And don't cut your fingers off, okay? All right. You just twist it. And I can never do this. So I do look like a liar when I tell you to do something like that. So try and give it from a couple of different angles. Eventually you'll crack it. Now, if you're at the stage where you can't get mango, good thing in Australia, you can buy it frozen and you can buy it in cans. So you can still actually make this. So what you need to do is off the skin, just try and hold the knife away from you if you're doing it this way. Just peel it off. Okay, there's nothing stuck to that, which is good. There's not really much on a mango. They're just a whole lot of mess. But they're really good on a hot day, especially if you put them in the freezer. You can have them frozen. Or you can sort of pulp them up and make a bit of an ice block out of them. Or a smoothie. There we go. Probably going to get the most out of that one. Okay. Always cut away from yourself. Not towards yourself. And watch your fingers. Alright, so that's that part done. So now it's just basically a matter of cutting it down. Cut it down, cut it down, keep going. That's the funny seed in the middle there somewhere. Alright, that's it. Alright. There's probably an easier way to prepare mango, but as I say, to me they're a very time-consuming fruit, so I don't tend to eat them a lot. I cook with them when I can because I do like them, but I don't really go out of my way to eat them, which is a shame because if I ate one of these every time I wanted chocolate or something savoury, then I'd be super healthy, wouldn't I? Alright, just chop. chop and go. All right. That should be close enough. Cool. All right, so now we have 3 things in our bowl. We're dangerous now. Wash my hands. All right, let me just go dry my hands. Okay, next up is our banana. But before I do the banana, because banana is something that's going to go brown quickly, give it a nice stir. Look at that. It's really good. Okay, we're going to do the ginger first, so that way we're not being held up by the ginger. So with the ginger, you want to just peel it. Now, I didn't get this delivered because sometimes when I ask for things, when I say a piece of ginger, you don't know what size he's going to bring me. So I just picked this one up in the supermarket because I figured if I'm sighting it with my own eyes and it's too much or not enough, well, that's on me. Because there's not really much I can do with it. I mean, at the moment I have a sort of a drink at night, but I use just the minced ginger that you buy in a jar. So I don't really want this. And this is going to be pretty hard to break up in the mortar and pestle, might I add. So I might be having to do a big serious chop on this one. See, by the time you actually peel, I got to chop some of that off. By the time I actually peel all of this, I really don't feel like I'm going to have a lot on it. Another piece there. Got ginger. This will also be a very healthy one if you're feeling a little bit of a summer flu, because it's got vitamins in it, obviously. Your pineapple and your lime and your ginger. Ginger's good for if you're feeling sick. Oh man, it just doesn't want me to attack it. Silly ginger. Alright, so when you can no longer see the outside part that I've just been peeling off it, then we know we're ready to chop it up. So what I'll do, I'll bring that bowl over that I set aside. So basically when it comes to ginger, you do not want to be eating ginger, you want to just taste it. So this is the reason why I say to cut it up as fine as you can. It's going to be a waste of time putting it in the mortar and pestle. I can try, but I just don't think I'm going to really get much out of it. And to me, I think these pieces are a bit too big. Because if you're sharing this with people that don't like ginger, they're only going to want the taste of the ginger, not to actually eat the ginger. And we're not really poaching it in much anyway, because by the time we get the juice out of a lime, if you've ever juiced a lime, you'll know you don't get much juice out of a lime. And 1 tablespoon of sherry is not much. Alright, just do your best. Do your best to keep your fingers too, please. Bit of a knobbly bit there too. If you're in doubt about how your ginger looks, just toss it. Cut it up into little matchsticks first, and then you've got more of a chance of actually getting it finer. And also, like a knife like I've got here is good for doing this too. There, that's a bit finer. All right. So just warn people when you feed it to them, if you haven't got the preserved ginger, because obviously preserved ginger has been through some sort of cooking process, I suppose. Just warn people that they've got fresh ginger in here. All right, I'm going to leave it at that and just, yeah, warn everyone that there's big pieces of ginger in it. All right. So set that aside, we'll put it in the bowl. Okay, next up we're going to do the banana. I'm one short of a knife and a chopping board, so let me go get another knife and chopping board. Okay, banana's fairly easy. God, these bananas have gone ripe very quickly. I only just got these Saturday. Welcome to summer. Alright, so the most annoying thing about bananas, apart from obviously the skin, is the string. Alright, just chop that one up. Easiest fruit to chop up tonight. Well, technically not really. The pineapple was the easiest fruit to chop up tonight. All I had to do was open it. And thanks to the invention of ring pull cans, don't even need a can opener. On a serious note though, I can't remember the last time I've actually needed to use a can opener, other than at work, to open a can, because everything's now got ring pulls with it. It's really cool. Alright, so you want to mix the banana through, just so the banana gets the juice of the mango and the pawpaw on it. Look at that, yum. That looks so good. Alright, so once all your fruit's in, mix in the preserved ginger. Well, it's not preserved, but it is ginger. So almost use it as a bit of a garnish, I guess. Okay, we're going to juice the lime. Hopefully we are going to get some decent juice out of the lime. There's been times when I've brought limes where you get nothing out of them. And recipes where it says, it doesn't tell you how much juice. Like juice of one lime is like, okay, whatever comes out of the lime is what I'm going to have, you know. But when you buy limes because you want like a quarter of a cup or whatever, you don't know how many to buy. And unfortunately limes I don't use very regularly. At least lemons I use a lot more now. Okay. Put the lime juice over the top. Beautiful. And our last ingredient is 1 tablespoon of sherry. Now chill this until you're ready to serve it. I don't think I mentioned, and I did write it on the ingredient sheet, this serves 6. So Thank you for watching Cooking with Violet Vixen. This has been Tropical Fruit Cup. I probably won't have any of this now, but I'll have some. Oh, I might have a little bit. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed it, and have a great evening, whatever, and I'll catch you on our next adventure.